funny sound. Boop. Hi everybody, welcome back, or welcome to Goosey Fibers podcast. I am your intrepid host, Kate, the owner and operator behind Goosey Fibers. It sounds so silly. Anyway, I always forget this part, so everyone that's coming back, welcome. Thank you so much for subscribing or just checking my podcast out again. And anyone new, hi, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, I'm Kate. This is Goosey Fibers. Sorry, I'm in a weird mood right now. I am coming to you from the South Shore of Massachusetts, where I live with my husband and my son, August, who I call Goosey, and our little dog, Dobby. And I said last time that I podcast that maybe a cat too, but that didn't happen. So, bummer, but also, I'm fine. Welcome. I don't know where to look. I have my phone. I'm recording on my phone right now, and it's balanced so precariously. Like, I better not need to get up at all, or even move or stretch my legs. I'm sitting cross-legged right now, and I guess that's where I'll be for the entirety of this podcast. Hi. Boop. Record. Hi, I'm back. I'm trying to collect my thoughts, but it's not gonna happen. So where do we start from here? I'm saying, I've been sick this whole weekend, and today I'm finally feeling a little bit better, and my husband got beer, so that's probably why I'm a little silly right now. Thank you for dealing with me. I have to stop saying that's a terrible habit. Where do I start, you guys? I feel like this is always the difficult part of a podcast, right? Where I just sort of mumble for a while. Let's start with, what am I wearing? Nothing knitted! Ah, it's July. I'm not gonna wear any kind of woolen anything. Are you crazy? But I am wearing, wait, I want to show that in a second. Look at this. I got this for my birthday, which was last week. It says, "We're all bizarre." It's Breakfast Club. Are any of you huge fans like I am? My husband has been listening to this podcast. I forget what it's called. I don't know. It's about movies that aren't as good as you remember. I'm going to have to get the name from him. I haven't listened to it because I'm not down with anybody hating on stuff just because other people like it, because I think that's super lame, because it's cool to like things. But anyway, he likes that stuff. He likes people that sound... Anytime I stretch out, it makes me look way wider than I am. This is my couch. I'm not that wide. Anyway, he likes people that sound smarter than him about subjects that he knows less than they do about. Anyway, this podcast is all about... I should have said what my podcast is about. Oh! Hi, welcome to Goosey Fibers podcast. This is Kate. This is a podcast all about knitting and crochet now, and no cross stitch at all this episode, and fiber arts in general. Hello, welcome, thank you for everybody returning, and for anybody new, welcome. Don't you love my radio voice? Anyway, back to my husband's podcast thing. It's about movies that aren't as good as you remember them being, and they recently covered Breakfast Club, and they said it's not good, and John Hughes is not good, and you know what? I try not to swear in the podcast, even though I swear like a sailor in real life, but fuck those guys. The Breakfast Club is awesome, and I will fight them. I will fight them. Which essentially means, like, I'll wait for, like, an opening, and then I'll run away or say something really bitchy. But yeah, those guys are jerks, because the Breakfast Club is as good today as it ever was. And John Bender is as hot as ever. I don't know. I haven't seen him old. Is he old now? He's probably old. I think he was like 30 when they filmed the movie. Judd Nelson, is that who it is? I don't know. He was old then. Excuse me. This podcast is not safe for children. Anyway. Oh, my second thing that I'm wearing. You guys, I just got this in the mail. I forgot to check my mail for like 2 days, so it was sitting in there. I found it today. It is my friend Susie. Hi, Susie. She made it for me because she had a picture on her Instagram. She's Susie T Homemaker, all one word. You should go check her out. She's super adorable. She has adorable puppies. She's a great knitter. Anyway, she has a necklace and it has all of her stitch markers on it. And I was like, that's brilliant. I've never thought of that. I need to do something like that. And instead, she sent me this. You guys, she gave me all these stitch markers. She lives on an army base, which is like, unlike anybody I've ever known. I think my grandpa was in the army. I don't know. I don't know a lot about the army. I'm sorry. But it's like, she's got more stitch markers in here. She got this on an army base, so it's like real legit USA, which is kind of cool. And this is the sweetest part that actually made me tear up. She gave me like a little thing with a G on it for Goosey. How sweet is that? It was like just the nicest gift to receive in the mail. And now I have to send her something back. Susie! She sent me a care package out of nowhere. We had never met or anything months ago, and it was just the sweetest thing because I couldn't go to the Maryland Sheep and Wool Festival, and she knew that I was kind of down about it, and so she sent me this really sweet package from the Maryland Sheep and Wool Festival. And then it took me forever, but I finally sent her something back. And then I was like, all right, we're even. And then she sends me this homemade thing, and it's just the sweetest thing. So now, damn it. I'm so bad at sending mail, which, oh my God, I shouldn't say because my entire business revolves around it. I'm very good at sending mail, you guys. Anything you order, you're gonna get. That sounds sarcastic. It's not. Oh my God. This has gone off the rails real fast. Okay, so that's what I'm wearing, and pajamas, pants, because I haven't gotten it out of pajamas all weekend. I'll be rambling about things. Let's just get to knitting, okay? I have no half objects, but I have a finished object for the eagle-eyed among you. They're really wet because I wore them the other day. It's been really chilly this week. I'm in Massachusetts and it's been not summery at all, which I've been loving. It's been like fall and it's got my eyes on fall now and I'm very excited. But I wore these just the other day, so they're super wet because I pulled them out of the wash machine because I didn't hand wash them. Oops, I just admitted to that. Anyway, how cute are these? These are by Nina Phillips. What is the pattern? I have it here somewhere. Do. Oh my God, why can't I do anything? Okay, is this them? Yeah, the Avenues. I think I talked about these last time, maybe? The Avenues. So these are them in a sock blank that I had made that was not fit to be sold. It was, I think, one of the first sock blanks I ever made. And I did not have a technique yet, so it was a mess. But I love the colors in it. They're so pretty. I'm so sorry for my lighting. I'm very yellow. Everything's yellow. This room has no light, so I just have one like yellow light bulb on right now. So nothing's true to color. Yay! But I just love this pattern. Sorry, I'm trying to... It's like you want to look at the camera to make sure that it's picking up the pattern, but the second you do, the camera focuses on your face. Anyway, they're done. I have two. I have a pair. Boop, 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 boop. Anyway, I should say, I realize I haven't been giving a lot of details on any of my projects because I get nervous in front of a camera and I think nobody wants to hear about my details on projects. Oh my God, that's really good. But maybe I should. I have been using, for my socks, okay, typically I'm a Hiya Sharp girl. I love to knit with Hiya Sharps. I love the band. It doesn't seem to kink up too much for me, and I think they're so sharp and they're super light, and I just love Hiya Sharps. I do not enjoy Chow Goos. I know that's, I understand if we're in different camps, but I just like my Hiya-Hiyas. But for socks lately, I have gone back to Addie's, which is sort of my old time favorite before I found Hiya-Hiyas. Because Addie has the 47-inch cable, which I love. I love a long cable for knitting in the round, or for magic looping. So I've been using Addie's US size 1, what is that, like a 2.25 or something like that? I don't remember. Damn the US, right? Like, can we not just get on the metric system? Why do we have to do everything differently? Every time anybody from any other country talks about distance or temperature or anything, I'm lost. You say a kilometer and I could be like, that could be to the moon. I don't know. I mean, I know it's not, but it means nothing to me. So I really wish we could all get on the same page. It feels very Tower of Babel to me. Like, why can't we just all use the same dang measurement system? But we don't. So this is US size 1. Usually in socks I do a 64 stitch sock, but these were slightly different. I think it's a 66 stitches for the medium size, which is what I did. Just so the pattern in front can sort of just go easier for you. I'm not going to give a lot of details because it's a pay pattern. And she just had a baby, people. Let's give her some money. Babies are expensive. These socks are soaking wet. I'm going to hang them back up, and then I'm going to put them back in the washing machine. So that's it. Okay, bye. Yeah, that's all I've done in 2 weeks because I fell down a rabbit hole. Oh my gosh, you guys, I just have a pile over here of stuff and I didn't think to put it in any kind of order. Okay, here we go. I decided it was high time to learn crochet. So I've been teaching myself with all of my scrap yarn. I took all of my scrap yarn and I made it into cakes. So boop, boop. Oh my gosh, there's so many. Boop. Boop. There were kids outside. They were saying some stuff, I don't know. Boop. And lastly, boop. And I already finished one cake because crochet uses a lot of thread or wool or whatever you want to say. And so I just wanted to learn crochet, so I decided to, oops, that's the one I'm using. I decided to make, everything's falling everywhere. I decided to make a sampler blanket. So I would get all these different types of crochet stitches, and just using my scrap yarn, I figure it really doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be pretty, it can be wobbly, it can be a disaster, and it really was for a while. Especially those first couple rows, I really, really, really was ready to scream, and I think I did a few times. But now I'm catching on. It's still not knitting for me. I love knitting. I don't know that crochet is ever going to replace it. But I've been in a rabbit hole. I have done no knitting for like 4 days now. And I've only been crocheting. So anyway, yeah, I'm doing a sampler blanket. So I'll just show you a little bit of what I have. Okay, so here I can show you. See, down here is where I was casting on. And I cast on because go big or go home, apparently. I decided I'm not going to make a baby blanket or a dog blanket to replace the blanket that my dog lost. I'm going to make a king-size blanket, all in fingering weight, and a size D crochet hook. It's crazy. So I've got this many rows. I don't know how many, I think it's about 20 rows now. But you can see 515 stitches that I had to chain. And I wasn't following a pattern. I was just like, I don't know. And I just started chaining and not even counting them or anything. I thought I was only going to do granny clusters before I decided to do a sampler. And I just kind of lost myself and then realized I had this super long chain. So I just stopped and then just started this blanket. So yeah, oops, I'm unraveling stuff. My chain is wobbly. It's all over the place. I was honestly ready to start crying because I could not get anything working. Let me just show you how long this is. It's ridiculous. It's a king-size blanket with drape. So here's our beginning. Here we are at the end. I don't want to pull too much because I keep unraveling my baubles. Okay, so that brings me to something I do love about crochet. I feel like when my knitting needles fall out, like especially DPNs, I have lost my mind. I just want to crawl into a hole and die. But crochet, because it's a pain in the butt to pick up knitted stitches. It's not fun. I always feel like you can tell where I dropped it even after a project's finished. But crochet is like, oh yeah, I'm losing my stitches. No big deal. I can just pick them back up. You know, which is amazing. I love it. I love that about crochet. If my toddler runs in and steals the hook and just runs off, it's fine. I just have to chase him down and steal my hook back and put it right back into the work. Not a problem. So it's awesome. I've gone through one whole cake already. This is actually the leftovers. These first purple rows is these socks. And then these green rows with the baubles, how cute, is another sock blank that was one of my first sock blanks that wasn't okay to sell, so I just kept it and made socks with it. And then this is actually, I think it's called Damp. Oh, I'm so sorry about these colors, you guys. It looks a little, no, it doesn't. This really light pastel-y color, that's Hedgehog Fibers. I think I used that in my Find Your Fade shawl, maybe? Or my Exploration Station, maybe? I don't know. But I think that's called Damp by Hedgehog Fibers, and then very similar colors. Actually, I don't know. There's so many different things. There's granny clusters, there's like single crochet. I'm using US terms, by the way. Sorry. Double crochets, half double crochets. There's actually, you can't tell, I almost gave you the finger. There's a wave pattern, so like one row is waving and then the other row lines up and waves, and then more half double crochets. And now I have 2 rows of bobble stitches, which is taking forever, but I finally finished them this morning. Aren't they so fun? The texture's so cool. I really like the texture. Ugh, my camera is not helping. Anyway, so this is House a la Mode. I think it's Rose Hip. And this is Miss Babs. This was in my Find Your Fade. I do not remember the color name. I bought those forever ago. That's the brown, so that's Miss Babs. And then here is my Carolina. That's my colorway. There's so much spare yarn. So yeah, I think, sorry, I'll have a lot more of this blanket done if I don't start picking up something else. Except that I really need to pick up something else. I just reminded myself that I was going to talk about Rhinebeck. That's all I have for projects, by the way, you guys. So if you're looking for knitting content and crochet content, that's it. I don't know what I've been doing. I feel like there was something I must have been working on, but I guess not. I'm really sorry about that. There's not a ton done. Boop, boop, boop. Anyway, I've decided to go to Rhinebeck. It's happening. Obviously, I'm not showing. I am small fry, and I'm pretty sure Rhinebeck's a big deal. I've never been to any knitting show. I don't know why. I'm intimidated, I guess. Rhinebeck has me super intimidated just because my sister-in-law is a big knitter and she's gone the past couple of years and she says it is so crowded. Like, you just, it's like waiting in lines to get yarn and it's just super packed and it's so many people. So I'm very nervous about that because I just get really nervous in crowds. I don't like crowds. But I really want to see it. I really, really, really want to see it. Yeah, so I'm going. And it's also the weekend of my dad's birthday. And so I found this really cool Airbnb house that's like a town outside of Rhinebeck. And it'll fit me and my husband and our son and my parents and my brother and sister-in-law and their son. So it'll be like a whole family getaway. We'll be there Friday to Monday. So if you're gonna be in Rhinebeck, maybe we could meet up and have like a beer or a coffee if that's what you like. Or I don't know, maybe we could just be awkward and stare at each other, which is often how my in-person interactions go. Hee hee. Won't that be fun for you? But yeah, we're going and I'm excited and nervous, but mostly excited. So I need to do a Rhinebeck sweater because that's a thing and it's definitely going to be out of this book, I've decided. This is room 606 by, oh gosh, Helga Isager. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. I cannot talk. So it might be this one. Oh, can you see it? That's pretty cool. Like bending around the book. I look ridiculous. I'm sorry. I don't think that one. I need you guys to help me decide. It'll either be that one. Oh no, but then there's this. I think of this as like a Charlie Brown sweater. I think is the right? I like that. I think I like the first one better. So still oh, this is the one maybe. So either the first one or like this house coat looking one. How cool does that look? And also it has me really intrigued because it uses mohair along with fingering weight. And it's brioche. I don't know if I'm ready for a brioche sweater. I've only ever used brioche in shawls and only in pieces. And I think this is like a whole sweater of brioche. So also maybe you guys can help me get my head on straight because it is the end of July. It's not that far away, the end of October. Gosh, that's so pretty. That's the first one. So the first one, this one or the house coat one? Oh God, this mixes mohair also. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. I don't think this is brioche though, so that might make it go a little faster because I am a slow knitter. Okay, you guys, A or B? Oh my God, I want them both. I really want them both, but I know it takes me forever to knit, and maybe I shouldn't do brioche, but I really want to. Help! I don't know what to do. I guess if you're going to Rhinebeck, you'll see what I decided on. Or most likely you will see that I panicked and did nothing. Or just got completely lost in my crochet blanket that like everything else fell to the wayside. I hope that's not what happens, but it's very likely. I have notes open here, but I haven't used them once and I realize I'm not going to, so I'm just going to close that. So that's what I have. That's plans that I really need to start working on. But like, I have a hard time. I've become very monogamous in projects lately. And I have all this scrap yarn all caked up. And I feel like, how am I to stop? But until the scrap yarn is all used up, I don't know if I can just make myself stop. So we'll see. Let me talk a little bit about... Okay, well, I've mentioned this before. The reason I'm learning crochet is because I want to make a temperature blanket. So these are all the temperatures, the high temperatures of the first year of my son's life, every single day. So that's why I want to learn. So I'll need to do colors to coordinate with that. I have some patterns printed up that have become a mess. I was going to do the memory blanket with my scrap yarn, but I decided not to because honestly, I don't really like the look of it. I know, that might be fighting words too. And also, this is just something I saw ages ago and finally bought the pattern because it has nothing to do with scrap yarn or temperature blankets or crochet. This is a knit pattern. But does this not look like a really cool long-term project to just pick up as you see fit? This is the Persian Dreams by Janice Reed. I found it on Ravelry. Persian Dreams. This is the fingering weight one because I am clearly a masochist. I mean, it's so detailed. It's so pretty. And I'm pretty sure she has additional patterns where you can buy more mosaic tiles and pretty cheap too. So like you can buy sets of mosaic tile patterns, which is such a cool idea. I am dying to make this and just to have it. Like, wouldn't that look cool? Our guest room downstairs, it's like an all white bed and all white bedding. Wouldn't this look cool on top of all of that white? Oh, I really want to make that. Oh my God. So that's just showing you stuff that I have thinking about. I have a book here that I bought ages ago on Amazon, but honestly, I'm not enthused about it, and I realize I don't really want to slag someone's hard work, so I'm not going to talk about it at all. Sorry. This just arrived today, so I have not had any real time to look through it. This is Nora Gowan, maybe? I don't know, she's known in the knitting world. You'd think I'd learn how to say her name, but I don't know how to say her name. Sorry, Nora. I like your first name. Yeah, this is like a recipe book for cables because somewhere in the back of my mind, I think, how cool would it be to make your own patterns and to just learn how they work? So I also bought it because it actually has some full sweater patterns, but I haven't looked through it enough to find them. But I just wanted to show you. This was, my in-laws gave me an Amazon gift card for my birthday last week. So I bought this along with some other things. But this was the only like knitting related thing I bought. I actually bought another book, but it's not released until October. So I own it, just not physically yet. It's something about Japanese knitting. I don't know, I'll show you in October. So that's everything. I have all these pom-poms, but I feel like I showed you these already. This is the first issue they ever did, 5 years later. This is issue 17, and this is issue 12. I really feel like I must have showed you guys these last time we talked, so I'm not going to go into them again. And if I didn't show you, I'm really sorry. They're really good. Okay, yeah, that's everything that I'm working on. So let's do like a really quick shop update. Really quick. I'm going to show you one thing that is hilarious to me because it's bad. I was so mad at my husband when I started this design. It's all packaged up. I don't think I'm going to even bother listing it though. It's a robot. It's actually a robot. He used to have a pencil sharpener that looked just like this robot. I think it could be cool. My technique was way off. The lines are really, see how thick the lines are, and they're not very defined, which drives me crazy. So, and I just don't think the colors are doing it for me, even though these are the exact colors I use in these socks. And I love the color in these socks. It's so pretty. But for some reason, all done up in a yarn blank, it's got me unenthused. I don't know. So I was just going to show you guys that I make a lot of mistakes in my shop. And this is one of those mistakes. My husband and son are home. So I just wanted to show you that. I don't know. What do you think? Maybe I can clean it up. Maybe try it again with a thicker... Podcasting!
Hi!
Hi, I'm podcasting!
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so that's what I have. I don't know if I'm going to list it in my shop or not. I don't know. And then I wanted to show you this. This is so funny to me. This is packaged up as though I was actually going to sell this. This is also one of the very first, I was trying a new technique when I first started dyeing yarn blanks. So this is Doctor Who. I think you can see that. The colors are hideous together. Look at this ugly striping I was doing. And the best part is, I mean, the Doctor was coming out okay. It's a little blurry, but it's okay. It's not, oh, he's actually not that bad on camera. But what you can't tell is in all these stripies, I was actually doing I was trying a different technique that I haven't done since. It's like the absence of Doctor Who. I was doing like a, I forget what it's called. It was supposed to block all of the color, so that when I washed the yarn blank, it would be a white outline of Doctor Who, but it just, instead, everything washed away, and it's just like messy splotchiness instead of like a mirror image of Doctor Who. So really bad. So these will be socks for me and probably go into this scrap yarn blanket. But yeah, I like to see sometimes how far I've come, because I really think I've done some good work since then. I have some yarn blanks up here. I'm not going to show you. You've seen them all. So the other thing, I only have one. No, I have a couple new colorways. Here's one. This is Mrs. What's-It from Wrinkle in Time, because I just started rereading it before I realized that there was actually going to be a new movie starring Chris Pine. So yeah, this is some fun pink and purple. It just reminds me of who was the lady that did all those Trapper Keeper designs that were super bright and sparkly and unicorns and oh my gosh, it's like 80s and 90s. I cannot remember who it was. Lisa something. Anyway, these colors just remind me of that, which is so like growing up in the 80s and 90s childhood to me. So they just make me happy. So I'll probably start working on a Wrinkle in Time series maybe in the fall, but for now this is a solo guy. And then I have a lovely customer. I don't want to say her name because I don't know if she would want that. She's just so lovely, and she told me that if I could do a Hedwig colorway, she would buy it in a second. And she sent me a picture of Hedwig that she really likes with these golden eyes. because I've been thinking of a Hedwig colorway, but I just was not feeling a lot of motivation. But so I did a few different things over the course of the week, and I decided this is the winner. It's not golden like Hedwig's eyes, but it's just so pretty. I love it. It's like a really muted, pretty, like gray with like tiny little bits of speckling blue. Oh, there, for a second it was actually the right color. And then like this, see, this is showing really green. It's like a more yellowy gold. Oh, I love it so much. So that's my newest Harry Potter colorway. And yesterday my husband and I were sort of working together and just sort of making fun sets. So I actually listed in my store a bunch of different sets. You can buy a set of 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, and I think a set of 6 now as well. And they're at a discount rather than buying individual games, which you could also do. But I was putting sets together, which was something we were both having so much fun with. So let me show you some of these that we came up with. Here's like a set of 4. Maybe I shouldn't bother showing these. This is such bad coloring right now. Oh, what a bummer. Oh, that's all right. They just scream autumn to me. Like, I cannot wait for autumn with all of these colors. And then you can add some red or burgundy in there. That's Trelawney's Sherry. Ugh, and these are all a Harry Potter set. There's also like the green. Oh my gosh, I love them together. So they just work so well together, you guys. It's like I sometimes forget to like really just enjoy the yarn that I make, and sometimes really seeing like they're really truly a set, you know? Like I'm really happy with the work I've done because you can see they go together. It's a family. So that made me super happy. And then I've also been loving, more than anything, this is my favorite. This is my Princess Bride series. Look at this set of 4. Oh, this is showing up so neon. It's not neon. Look at that. So this is Secret, oops, sorry. I'm having a hard time. This is Lightning Sand. None of my colors are showing up well. This is Secret Garden Heart. This is Iocane Powder. And this is Giant Dreams. And then you can throw in Cliffs of Insanity. And it's again, you can see they're a set. They go so well together. Ugh, it makes me so happy, you guys. And then I was just having so much fun. I was throwing different things in, just for 2 colors. Look at that. Is that not an autumn shawl? Like, this is Rhinebeck for me, I feel like. That shows there's green. So this is Secret Garden Heart, and this is Famous Seamus, which I'm considering actually discontinuing, but I don't know. I really do like it with this. For a second the colors were true, and then they stopped. It is so yellow in here. Gosh. Anyway, that's what we were working on yesterday, and I updated my shop yesterday. So all these different sets are in there, or you can mix and match and make your own sets. It's all up to you. And I am still having a coupon code through the end of July at least. It's Cheers to You. CHEERSTOYOU. So like, yeah, all one word, all capitalized. I don't know if that matters, but it is. And it's 16% off in my shop. So you buy a set and it's already at a discount, and then you can add that coupon code and you get this amazing discount. And yeah, I hope you enjoy. So yeah, I know right after I listed it, I had a ton of sales for the sets. So that was really exciting. Thank you. And that's it. That's all I'm going to talk about shop update right now. Sorry, I'm like, my eyes are going everywhere trying to remember what I was going to talk about. Yeah, I already talked about Rhinebeck. We went to the New England Aquarium last week on my birthday. Yeah, so last Friday we went. It's the 21st. I can tell you now that it's over because I'm not a birthday person, so I didn't want people wishing me a happy birthday so much. Oh, except, oh my god, Lucky Jenny Knits. She's amazing. She has a podcast on YouTube. You should definitely check her out. And she didn't know it was my birthday, but on my birthday, she bought me a sock pattern. It's the Please and Thank You socks, and it was so sweet. Thank you so much, Jenny. That was unbelievable, and you didn't realize what good timing you had because it was on my birthday that you gave me that. So it was a really nice surprise. Thank you. So yes, that was really sweet. So my husband took the day off on Friday, and not this past one, but the one before. And we went to the New England Aquarium in Boston because I had actually seen someone I follow on Instagram, Zelphine Grimwich. I don't know, she has a good Instagram feed, and she had just been at the aquarium the previous day, as had my cousin. And I just thought, well, that looks really fun, but it's really expensive. But you can buy for like $100 a pass for 2 people, and kids under 3 get in free. So that's like a year's pass for $100, which we would have spent in 2 visits over that. So we bought a year pass, a membership, I suppose. So that's really cool. We can go anytime. If you live in the area, maybe we can go together. I'll take you to the New England Aquarium. My son is 2, so he liked the touch tank. They have rays, this huge tank of rays swimming around, and you can just touch them. They're so smooth. They're so cool. So he really liked that. And he also really liked the lights on the ramp walking up the aquarium. That was his favorite part, was the lights in the floor. So meanwhile, I'm like, that's the biggest turtle in the world, and I'm staring at this huge turtle in this huge glass tank, and then I look over and my kid is just sprinting down the ramp, going from light to light, just running into people. It was kind of crazy. But since now we have a membership, we only had to, I didn't care about staying for long and getting our money's worth, so we were only there for like an hour, and then we went home. And my husband bought me an ice cream cake, a Carvel ice cream cake, because at heart I'm 7 years old, and that is the best treat ever. So that's been fun. And let's see, what else? We went to Davis Farm in Sterling. That's where my parents live. And we didn't really get to see a lot of animals because they have a huge splash park. And so we spent all of our time there splashing around in the water, which was awesome. It's a really fun petting zoo to go to because it's huge, and there's all these baby goats running around and tortoises and just everything. So it was really cool. So we did that. And that's been mostly it. We haven't done a lot. Gosh, what else have I done? Not much. Yeah, I'm just looking forward to Rhinebeck right now. Yeah, that's it. Our garden yielded some, you don't care. We don't have to talk about that. I'm sorry, you guys. There's not a ton that's been going on. It's just been kind of a lazy summer of just working and playing outside with Goosey and playing on the playgrounds and going to his play groups, and that's it. It's just mom stuff and business stuff and just kind of enjoying the warmth and trying to take it all in before winter comes back. Oh yeah, Game of Thrones started. We haven't talked about that. That's been fun. Good season. And okay, I'll mention one other show. I just started today watching Girl Boss, and I didn't know what happened in San Francisco. I didn't know it was about Nasty Gal, that clothing line. But that's cool seeing San Francisco again because I miss it and I used to work there, and it's been nice. You know, they're going to the La Taquerias and things like that, which was sort of our date nights things to do. So it's been nice watching that. And I also just really briefly wanted to mention some of the podcasts I've been watching. Obviously, Dawn from Crafty Mama, you're so great. I love you so much. You need to get crocheting, girl. And if you throw that chair away, I will hunt you down because that chair is like your co-host. It talks so much. It's the noisiest chair ever. It makes me laugh so much. You should check her out if you haven't already. She's super bubbly. She's so funny. She laughs a lot and I love it. And she just seems like such a jovial, lovely person. And she's supposed to be learning crochet with me, so she needs to get on it. And then there's Allie Makes, or is it Miss Allie Makes? I'll put everything on the screen. She is so great. She actually reached out to me through Instagram to tell me how to like give me some just pointers and places I can look for crochet help, and told me that I can reach out to her if I have questions, which is such a friendly thing to do. And that's something I really love about our fiber community, is it just feels like kind of a time gone by, you know, like where you can just reach out and ask your neighbor for help, or, you know, it just seems like we just have the friendliest group of people, and I love you guys for that. Anyway, Allie Makes, she's amazing. She has, listen to me, I'm going to say a newer podcast as though I'm not a brand new podcast. I think she's on like episode 3 now, but she is fantastic. I love her. She's just charming in every way, and you should definitely check her out. And there's Lucky Jenny Knits. She is, I didn't know about her before, but she's been going for a little while, and she has a fantastic podcast. And she's just really talented, and she's so lovely and charming, and I can't get enough. I have all these new podcasts, you guys, and I don't know what to do with my time. How do I watch you all? I mean, I've been watching the standbys, you know, like Legacy Knits and all of them, and they've been pushed to the wayside, and it's my new fiber friends that I'm really actually making friends with, and I've been watching you guys top billing, and I think everybody else should too, because you're all so great, and I love you guys. I feel like I'm advertising, excuse me, let me just put that over there. Yeah, so that's what's been happening around here at the Kennedy household. That's it, you guys. Until next time, I think we can all be very proud of me for actually doing 2 weeks rather than like 3 or 4 like it's been. I stuck to my schedule, and now I just have to edit this sucker down. Yeah, the end, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. If you stuck it out this long, thank you very much. I know I was in a little bit of a weird mood today, and I just appreciate you joining me. I love you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mwah. Oh my god. Take 2. Oh my gosh. I can't review that book. I was like gonna review this book, and I can't because I don't like it. And I just think if you don't have anything nice to say, then talk behind their back like a normal person. It's so rude. Oh my god, I'm not gonna say that. Why do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Just like me. Hold on! My husband just informed me that I was filming in the night shift, so I thought everything looked yellow, but maybe it didn't. I don't know. God.